Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Comic of the Week, presented by Graded Point 5. This week we'll be covering X-Men #1. So I'd like to start this week by reclaiming the format from the Japanese invaders, because this is America, damn it, and we will not tolerate weeb shit on this program. Jordan! Anyway, so this week we're talking about X-Men #1. This is the start of the blue team of X-Men in the 90s, which kind of became the basis for the animated series in a way. And it was a favorite of mine because, you know, it had Chris Claremont writing and Jim Lee art. So it was like the best of both worlds, essentially. And, you know, in the blue team, you know, it consisted of Wolverine, Cyclops, Rogue, Gambit, Beast, and Psylocke. Oh, Psylocke. Hello, baby. How are you doing? Oh, you can stab me in the head anytime with that thing. Oh my God. So anyway, episode starts off with some space battle. Some mutants and some humans or something decided to come together, and it's like, you know, we're gonna shoot each other. It's fine. And they get close to Asteroid M, and Magneto's like, you gotta stop that. I'm not dealing with this shit. You know, I'm trying to stay out of this whole thing. I'm done with the whole battle and everything else. And then they found out the Americans and the Russians are all like, nah, this ain't cool, man. Magneto's got our spaceships. Not good. Nick Fury goes to the White House. It's like, you know, it's not a good idea. And he said, you have an alternative, and there's X-Men. So we come upon the X-Men doing a training exercise because they are pretty much just getting the band back together. And it's also in this issue where they decide to split the teams up into blue and gold. And as I mentioned earlier about the blue team being the focus of this particular comic. And we see him, you know, trying to get the Professor and Jean Grey in the office, and Wolverine, Gambit, and Psylocke are going through the sewers. And of course, you know, and then Wolverine does Wolverine things and breaks the rules, and, you know, shows up and tries to, and almost kills the Professor because he's Wolverine. Did I mention Wolverine's like badass and cool? Yeah. So then the X-Men get briefed on what the hell's going on, and Rogue's like, maybe we shouldn't be all, you know, jump to conclusions, because it's possible that Magneto is a good, not a bad guy as we thought he was. And then there's a fight on the asteroid and punches and stuff like that. You know how it is. Magneto comes out in his pajamas, because that's what you do in space. And he gets all mad. It's like, look, you gotta stop fighting. I'm serious. And then the other mutants is like, look, seriously, dude, we need to take care of the flat skins, because that's a racial slur they came up for regular humans. Then everybody decides to let's do heroic poses and run to the Blackbird, and for some reason Gambit don't have a shirt on, because why not? So you find out Magneto is raising a sub that he had sank years and years ago to in a bid to get rid of nuclear weapons, because now he wants nuclear weapons, because, you know, that's what good boys do apparently. Rogue and the gang get together and say, hey, Magneto, what you doing, man? You don't have to do all this stuff. And of course the X-Men are stupid, and they decide to launch a tank on him. Real smart. Doesn't work out. Psylocke kicks Magneto right in the face and nearly knocks him out. And then she gets, you know, busted, and so does all the other X-Men, because, you know, that's what happens. Then Rogue tries to go and chase Magneto and say, hey, you know, maybe you shouldn't do this. And he's like, we're worrying about this stuff. You need to get the hell away from me. And, you know, then nuclear things happen, and that's the bad things. Magneto goes back to Asteroid M, where he's pretty fucked up, and Cortez is like, yeah, I can heal you, fam. I got you. But, you know, here, let's go make an example out of everybody else. Rogue got knocked out by the nuclear blast, and she ended up in Genosha, which originally was a haven for people who wanted to enslave mutants, and then it became, you know, no, we're not going to enslave mutants anymore. Everybody's equal. And then mutants come and blow everything up, and it's like, oh, you know, that doesn't really help the mutants' cases, but whatever, you know. They try to capture Rogue, and Rogue's like, I'm not having that shit, and she starts, you know, beating the shit out of people. Nearly gets her ass kicked, and then the X-Men show up. It's like, yeah, we're taking this to the next level, and we're gonna bust shit up, because I'm gonna be. And then Wolverine's like, I'm gonna do cool ass shit because I'm fucking Wolverine. Psylocke tackles a guy who's in mid-flight and does some cool shit because she's hot. Did I mention Psylocke's hot? Whew. And then Magneto shows up, and Cyclops and him yell at each other, and they talk about, we ain't putting up with this shit no more. It's time it's time to get all to the war between the mutants again, because why not? Anyway, I enjoy this issue. It was a fun start to a new era. Like I said, this is the first time they decided to split teams and have two different teams of X-Men and all that good stuff. And, you know, it was early in that run, you know, that You get really cool characters later on. I mean, this is the particular series that introduced Omega Red and things like that, who became mainstays pretty much in the X-Men mythos. So, yeah, this is a pretty fun issue. Got started a lot of things. Like I said, probably the best inspiration for the 90s cartoon series. And, of course, the art is beautiful. And, yeah, even though I like Chris Claremont, you can tell is overly verbose because everybody's got to just talk a paragraph and all that good stuff. And this is also that time when, like, everybody's got to describe how their powers work because, that's how that's done. Just whatever. So, yeah, I mean, that's, I don't know. It's all good stuff, though. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And if you get a chance, it's available in many trade forms and whatnot. So if you get a chance, you really need to check it out. And that's it for this week's Comic of the Week. If you get a chance, check us out on Twitter at graded.5. And if you wish to contribute to us, please check us out on patreon.com/graded.5. And also please like, comment, and subscribe below. And if there's anything else you would like us to cover, please let us know. Thank you, and roll out. Splice that together, because holy shit. That's about the best take I'm going to get on this.